some of the many faces of a special place. In 1969, it was one of the first vacations for my young family, and I've returned here every year since then. A sandy arm stretching for 70 miles into the Atlantic, this part of New England offers historic treasures and some of the finest seascapes in America. Hello, I'm Don McGowan. Welcome to Travel Travel. Welcome to Cape Cod and the islands. Cape Cod is located on the east coast of the United States, less than 2 hours' drive from Boston, Massachusetts. If you ask a local for directions, you may get something like this. The Cape is an arm in the Atlantic. Upper Cape, Mid Cape, and Lower Cape. That's Provincetown. If you want to get from there to here, well, that's impossible. It seems many roads here are old Indian trails. It's quite possible to double back over familiar terrain. So simply say good morning to the locals and buy yourself a map for $1. First stop, Chatham. I think its unique charm makes it the quintessential Cape Cod town. Because of its location on the Cape, the temperature in Chatham is comfortable year-round, with cool summers and mild winters. I usually visit here during the summer months, but they tell me the seascape is at its finest in October. The town center features a wonderful selection of restaurants, galleries, theaters, and interesting boutiques and shops. Many of them sell distinctly regional crafts, such as whimsical toys and unusual cards made by local artists. From classic Cape half houses to sprawling mansions, Chatham's architecture is indicative of its colonial past and New World influence. Chatham remains unspoiled. It has been spared the overdevelopment that mars other Cape towns. Let's keep it that way. And don't blab that I'm the one who told you about Chatham. Walk along the endless white sandy beaches. Listen to the soothing rhythm of the waves. You'll understand what draws me back each year. Beach parking can be a challenge. Many municipalities require visitors to buy permits. You can pay by the day or purchase a more economical weekly pass. First-time visitors expecting the normally chilly Atlantic Ocean are often pleasantly surprised when they first dip their toes into the water off the Cape. As I discovered with my own children, one of the most popular family beaches is the beach at West Dennis because you can park your car so close to the sea. There's a playground, snack bar, and public toilets. There's a great variety of beaches on the Cape, but this is my special beach, my secret beach. And if you think I'm going to tell you where it is, sorry. One of the joys of my Cape Cod holiday is my annual pilgrimage to the Cape Playhouse here in Dennis, one of America's most charming summer theaters. It opened in 1927, Basil Rathbone starring in The Guardsman. A young apprentice named Betty Davis once worked as an usher here. The box office opens 10 a.m., 6 days a week. In the 1920s, the dream of Playhouse founder Raymond Moore was to bring Broadway to Cape Cod, and that's exactly what he did. That tradition of quality continues. The Cape Playhouse compound includes a movie theater and art studio. During one of my summers here, I discovered a local treasure in Yarmouthport, Parnassus Books. The owner's great love of books is evident in the wide selection that fills every nook and cranny. You'll find both old and new books here, most of them in hardcover. The variety is remarkable. Only one category of books is underrepresented, the bestseller. Parnassus is the perfect place to find that obscure title for which you have searched high and low. A perfect spot on that rainy afternoon. Wherever you are on the Cape, you will find an antique shop nearby. It's a great way to spend a day. The shops come in all shapes and sizes, from upscale by appointment only establishments to out-of-the-way barns and everything in between. They all look inviting. Whether you spend the day just looking, or if you're searching for that special piece, you can spend hours combing through the vast selection of early Americana and unusual collectibles. You never know what you'll find. How do you think these two would look in the front of the house? Coming up next, my personal tips on where to stay on the Cape, plus two very different islands, Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket, the former whaling capital of the world. The Cape is dotted with beautiful, secluded freshwater lakes and ponds, and many have beaches like this one in Brewster. Long-time Cape visitors have come to appreciate enjoying the ocean in the morning and swimming in a freshwater lake in the afternoon. Check out your map. The tranquility of this freshwater retreat will make you forget all your problems. Many of the lakes and ponds have camping facilities nearby. These sites are very popular, so reserve well in advance. You're never far from water on the Cape, even when you're dining. One of my favorite spots is Thompson's Clam Bar in Harwichport. I prefer it here at midday. Evenings can be a little busy. The activity on Winchmere Harbor, sailing class, the ducks, and the lobster. A perfect noon hour on Cape Cod. Many residents have long depended on the sea for their survival, much to the benefit of the seafood-loving tourists and natives. Sample the catch of the day: succulent shrimp, cod, haddock, and fresh sole at the local fish markets. If you have a grill at your disposal, take some back with you to whip up a mouth-watering meal.
Usually the two small claws. A male usually has a large claw and a small claw. The female, two small claws.
How about getting a huge lobster, like a 6-pounder, or would it tend to be tougher?
No, it would be just as tender as
wow.
a lobster. Something like this we could probably have for maybe 4 people. Rule of thumb.
And just as tender?
Just as tender, sure.
Is that local?
Local lobsters probably out of Provincetown. We do get some out of Chatham and right here in Howard.
There are accommodations on the Cape to suit every taste and budget. The prices quoted are all high season rates. In Dennisport, owners Stan and Diane will make you feel right at home here at Marine Lodge. They rent 1 to 4 bedroom cottages. They're cozy and clean, each with kitchen facilities and an outdoor grill. There's a swimming pool, playground, and a tennis court. Brewster's Nickerson State Park is a popular choice among nature enthusiasts. There are 420 campsites spread out over more than 1,700 acres. You'll find trout ponds and miles of bicycle paths. But it's a first-come, first-served basis. No reservations are accepted. The comfort of resort living spells vacation paradise for many tourists. Easy living is the rule at the Soundings. This seaside motel features indoor and outdoor swimming pools, as well as a private beach. For the visitor with a taste for history, the rooms at the Old Yarmouth Inn are beautifully decorated with antiques. The inn has been offering fine food and lodging to travelers since the late 17th century. Even in high season, there are enough motel rooms on the Cape to accommodate those visitors who arrive here without reservations. But if you're looking for an historic inn or a housekeeping cottage for a week or more, you must have advance reservations. Check the listings with the Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce. As a frequent visitor to Cape Cod, scenes like this pain me. Parts of Route 28 are overcrowded, overdeveloped. I guess a lot of people like mini-golf and fast food outlets. In peak season, avoid infamous Route 28 in and out of Hyannis. I recommend you take Route 6A for a more scenic way to get around the Cape. The route links major towns, villages, and tourist attractions. Coming up, fishing on Nantucket Sound and riding the dunes. The outer shores of Cape Cod offer some of the best saltwater fishing in the U.S. Most of the harbors along the Cape provide charter and party boat services. It doesn't have to cost a fortune. Fares start as low as $12 for a half day. Morning, Skipper.
Good morning, John.
How are you?
Nice to see you. Welcome aboard the Poly 5.
Well, I fished the Grand Banks for many years, you know.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of fishing down off of Saquatucket here. We'll go down to Monomoy.
Great.
And,
Monomoy Island is just off Chatham and has been turned into a wildlife refuge. Today, the only wildlife I'm interested in is fish. Captain Spencer has been taking fishing parties out here for years. He knows the area well and has assured me there's an abundance of hungry game fish off these shores. Well, that's good because the salty sea air does work up an appetite. And with the latest in fishing technology, this should be a snap. You sure that fish finder's working? I thought this was going to be a piece of cake. I've only got one afternoon. I think he needs new batteries in the fish finder. I got a hit, I think. I just got it in. I got something.
Get them now.
Yeah, here. Oh, wait a minute. It looks awfully small.
Looks vicious to me.
What is it?
Is it any fish?
Seaweed. Is that all this seaweed? 25 minutes for seaweed. Well, a little hollandaise sauce, it won't be bad, huh? Seaweed. Combine seaport charm, old world flair, and a touch of New York, trendy with a dash of the outrageous, and you might get a sense of Provincetown. If anything, Provincetown is intriguing. It's a fishing town, resort, and artist colony. All that and one of the most flamboyantly gay communities in America. Its permanent population of 3,500 swells to 75,000 in the summer. Traffic along the main road leading to Provincetown can make traveling here trying at the best of times. But once you arrive, you'll see it was worth the trip. Sidewalk artists, great restaurants, and lots of street action. Find yourself a place to sit in the center of town and take in the atmosphere. Once an important whaling center, for the last 100 years, Provincetown has supported a thriving artistic colony. One of its most celebrated claims to fame happened at the local playhouse. A young, unknown playwright named Eugene O'Neill convinced the Provincetown players to stage his previously rejected plays. As we all know, he went on to international acclaim. No visitor to Provincetown should leave without seeing the dunes. The best way to get around is by taking a guided tour.
Now, at one time, this was, everybody was allowed out here. You could come out here with anything you wanted to. And you could climb the hills, try to drive up them, drive down them. And the National Seashore came in and restricted the area to only certain vehicles. Us, the park rangers who patrol it to make sure people stay out. The different shack owners that live out here, and the shack renters, and also the shack caretakers. So there's only a certain amount of people that are allowed in and out here. Now, most people see the dunes and they think that it's just going to be all sand and hills, but actually there's a lot of different vegetation out here. All this grass up here is all hand-planted grass. It was planted by the National Seashore. They had volunteer helpers that planted this grass. You can see how perfect the rows are too. Every direction you look, there's a row. It really holds the sand down because each year when the blades of grass, they die during the winter, they fall down on top of the sand and it creates like a blanket on top of it. Each year we come out here and the wind actually carves different things into the dunes. You never know, there might be a sand dune right there next year, or if this row we might not be able to get up.
Coming up next, exploring the solitary beauty of Nantucket. And yes, Virginia, they do grow grapes on Martha's Vineyard. We have selected 2 day trips from Cape Cod to the islands, Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket. There is daily ferry service from Hyannis and Woods Hole near Falmouth. Right now we're cruising on Nantucket Sound, a 45-minute trip from Woods Hole. These trips are very popular in high season. If you plan to bring your car, reserve well enough in advance. Better still, leave your car on the dock and use mopeds or bicycles on the islands. You can also fly to the islands. The trip takes from 15 to 20 minutes. The jet lag is terrible.
Martha's Vineyard is only 5 miles south of Cape Cod. Ferry passengers disembark on the north side at Vineyard Haven or Oak Bluffs. If you did not bring your car, you can take a bus or taxi to the largest and one of the most interesting municipalities on the island, Edgartown. You can rent a bicycle or moped here for the day or for your entire vacation. It's the best and often fastest way to negotiate the island's narrow streets. Explore Edgartown's shopping and restaurant district, which faces the waterfront. To fully appreciate this coastal community, do it on foot at least once. Visit the famous old whaling church, which dates back to the glory days of the whaling industry. In 1980, it was given to the Historical Preservation Society and has since been converted into a performing arts center. Many of these well-preserved homes once belonged to the great whaling captains of Edgartown. In fact, islanders believe it was one of their own who proved to be the inspiration for Melville's Captain Ahab. This is a sight you will get used to seeing on the island. Over the years, artists recreate these picturesque streets lined with their beautifully maintained homes. From Edgartown, cycle over to Oak Bluffs. You'll find some of the most unusual homes on the island. The town was once the site of summer meetings held by Methodists. Tired of living under canvas, the participants built wooden cottages the shape of tents. Then families tried to outdo each other in fantasies of gingerbread.
Who was Martha, for whom the vineyard is named? Well, she was the daughter of the British explorer Bartholomew Gosnold, who landed here in 1602. He found the largest island in New England covered with wild grapes, and he named the place for his daughter. Wild grapes still grow here today, and there is one operating vineyard.
Chicama Vineyards are right in the heart of the island, near West Tisbury. Here you can get a detailed explanation of how wine is made on the island.
This is a Swiss-made filtering machine, and what we do is we put a series of filter pads in between each of the black plastic plates. Put a coarser pad here in the beginning of our fire.
The vineyards and winery are open to the public from mid-April through September. Free guided tours are available each day. You can pick up a bottle to take home with you as a souvenir of your visit. Of course, they save the best for last. Cheers, or should I say, ahoy. Chappaquiddick Island is a short ferry ride from Edgartown. This is the place to be to escape the frenzy of shopping and the crowds. Because of its size, you can easily cycle around it. Make sure you pack a picnic lunch.
Because of its limited access, Chappaquiddick Island remains a natural, unspoiled area. Over 500 acres of grasslands and dunes have been protected. It's an ideal spot for bird watching. And I think it's ironic that this tiny, tranquil spot of New England will always be remembered as the site of a tragedy that cost a native son the presidency.
The island of Nantucket is 30 miles from the mainland. Nantucket is the Indian word for faraway land. Ferries provide a link, so do airlines when the fog is being cooperative. A view like this is what helps you understand why the islanders are fiercely protective of the unspoiled natural beauty of Nantucket.
Even when it's gray, there is a mystique about Nantucket related to the island's isolation and, to a lesser extent, celebrities here who have sought refuge from the limelight. Its long, wide, sandy beaches are among the best in the world. Settled in 1659, maritime history surrounds the visitor.
The whaling industry brought prosperity to this town, most notably during the early 18th century, and nowhere is the industry better documented than at the Nantucket Whaling Museum. Visitors can see original whaling gear, ship replicas, and its most impressive exhibit, a jawbone that rises 2 stories high.
Norman Melville in Moby Dick wrote, "What wonder then that these Nantucketers, born on a beach, should take to the sea for a livelihood." For 100 years, Nantucket was the whaling capital of the world, and that heritage continues. But today, we watch the whales. When you're here, take the time to sign up for a whale-watching cruise. Simply ask for Captain Ahab. There she blows. That was once the call that signaled the start of the hunt. Today it means whales are in sight. Now that whales no longer have to fear predators, you would be amazed at how close they will approach the boat. There are usually naturalists aboard to answer any questions you may have about these fascinating creatures. The excursions are popular with tourists of all ages. They run for a half or full day, and many tour operators will guarantee you a sighting. After a winter's work, the salt air of New England has great restorative powers. Good place to be. The lobster is tasty, there are antiques to consider, and that book I started in December I will finish here. But it is the sea that draws me back each year. It dominates life here. It never changes. It never disappoints in its lure. And like the tide, I'll return. For Travel, I'm Don McGowan, and goodbye from Cape Cod and the islands.
The new music looks at the magic of Cirque du Soleil and the international success of Extreme, tonight at 5 on City. The Electric Circus is next.
For more information on this travel destination, write to CFCF 12, 405 Ogilvy Avenue, Montreal, Quebec, H3N 1M4. Ground transportation provided by Budget Rent-A-Car and Truck. You always get a better deal at Budget, Canada's largest short-term car and truck rental company with over 300 locations across Canada to serve you. Accommodations on Cape Cod were provided by the Riviera Beach Resort, your fully equipped resort in the heart of the Cape. Accommodations on Martha's Vineyard were provided by the Edgartown Heritage Hotel, combining an old-fashioned welcome with modern comfort. Don McGowan's Wardrobe provided exclusively by Henry Marks on Drummond Street in Montreal.